All right, y'all. Driving video on my way to work. It is the butt crack of dawn, and I cannot be bothered this morning. But this is Empire. I'm Kaylane. I'm presenting this to you this morning. A lot went down last night, but also not a lot. It was a good episode, and I was telling Lady Nika last week, I hate that we had to wait till the last couple episodes for it to really get good. I wish it would, hit us hard like this every week, but whatever. It was really good. It started out with, I guess the present day scene, and then we went to the past. But the present day scene is Cookie, Candace, and Carol walking. And you know what? Sidetrack just for a moment. I don't understand why Candace and Carol have decent names, and then we have Laretha. Like, no shade to the girl's name Laretha, but it just does not go with Candace and Carol. It just doesn't to me. But anyway, we have the girls walking into the club, and then we see the little security man sees Cookie. Excuse my steering wheel, y'all. Sees her on the that little iPad, that's showing the security footage. Basically, it's so high tech that it has spotted her and identified her correctly, and get her out of here. And I'm thinking, now Cookie, daughter, why didn't you, my mama even said this, why didn't you get some extra makeup or a little something so the girls wouldn't know who you were? Or, I even thought, hire somebody who looks like you, because I've been reading, conspiracy theories about, Avril Lavigne and how she passed away in 2003, and this Avril Lavigne ain't the real Avril. So I'm thinking, just hire somebody who looks like you to walk up in there, so you don't even have to do the dirty work. Or you can be working on something else. This traffic god. You could be working on something else while, the girls are in there. But anyway, they identify her and they show it to Lucius, and then Lucius shows it to Juliana, and Juliana is like, take care of it. And he gets up and has Cookie escorted out, basically. And Cookie is like, get your hands off me, I can walk. And you know how Cookie, whenever she exits a room in her high drama and, upset, she always throws something off the table. So this time she takes the poker chips and she throws them in the air and, throwing them all around the room. And we're like, oh, Cookie, a shame that you can't go to your own club. This is terrible. And then it gives us the 2 weeks earlier little placard. And 2 weeks prior, and before I even get to 2 weeks, they offer Eva Longoria's character, I can't remember her name, a beverage. And she says, oh no, thank you. And Lucia says, well, no, it's okay. It's non-alcoholic cider. And I'm thinking, now this is something. Because they wouldn't have shown us, giving Eva a non-alcoholic cider if there wasn't a problem. Okay, a lot of things going on with this car today. But we're going to push it on down the road. That's what we're going to do. Anyway, so they showed us that, and I'm thinking, 2 weeks earlier, we in the office having casual conversation as we do, in the boardroom, the conference room, and ooh, that traffic, God, I'm glad I'm not going that way. And Hakeem sees a baby, and he instantly thinks that that's his daughter, and I understand, because I feel that if I were missing a child, I would see them everywhere, So he goes, runs out, and near about snatches his baby out of his mother's hands. And Jamal was like, that's not your baby, that's a boy. Like, and they apologize to the woman, and they keep it pushing. And I'm just like, what business? Like, no shade, but I don't know what business a woman with a baby would have walking through Empire, because we don't ever see anything casual going on in Empire. It's never, tours and things like that going through Empire. It didn't make sense. Empire to me is an office building. It's an establishment of work. The girls have to swipe in and swipe out and all of that. We know this because Jamal's ex-boo, Gathoven, he had his swipe card taken. He couldn't come in no more. So I'm just thinking, what is she doing in here with this baby? But for the sake of Hakeem having to lose his mind for just a brief moment over his baby, she's walking through with that child. We get over to Eva Longoria, and she's looking over some papers and this, that, and the other, and he offers her a drink. Now, mind you, this is 2 weeks prior to a minute ago. And she says, no, thank you, I'm Mormon. Now, I was shook. Lucius was shook. I think we were the only two that were shook. Because he says, I thought you were Mexican. And it was obviously a joke. She didn't take it that way, and she wanted to give, you people. She kept saying you people all throughout the episode, and I'm just like, And she was giving, I thought you were black, and all of that. And I respect the comeback, because that was a little ignorant of him to try to crack that joke. But we all know Lucius is ignorant. This the man that lied about his mama being dead. He lies and makes up things, and it just does stupid stuff all the time. He thwarts his children's, endeavors and all of that. So, whatever. It's too early for me to be trying to, pontificate. It's too early. But, she says she's Mormon, and then Juliana gets a little upset with Lucius. I hope y'all can hear me. This truck next to me is very loud. Juliana gets upset with Lucius and is like, you should have cracked a joke like that. That could have cost us our whole, deal. And I'm like, y'all are really on thin ice. Everything is about to cost y'all this gaming license. That's a shame. That's an annoying way to live, for everything to be like about to cost you, all this money. I couldn't do it. Or maybe I could. I don't know. But we get over to the office, Lucius's office, and there's a wall safe. Juliana punches in her little code, and she pulls it out, and it's a bunch of records. And on these records, there are illegal findings. And Thirsty/Parched, he looks at them, not looks at them, but he sees that she's got that going on over there, and he questions it, and she doesn't like that. So she tells Lucius, I don't trust him, and Lucius tells Parched to hit the road, and I'm just like, you that whipped for real? I mean, she fine, yes, but what? This nigga has dirt on you with a capital D and a capital I and a lowercase r and a capital T. Like, this man has all your T, and you just gonna fight? Okay, Lucius. All right now. All right. So, Parched is leaving. He's on the elevator, and he's getting off, and he got his little box and looking dejected. And Cookie sees him, and she says, "What's going on?" And he said, "My work here is done. I've been let go." And she says, "Oh, it was Juliana. Come to the house tonight." And he looking like, "Come to the house? All right, what are we finna get into?" And she's like, "Yeah, come on by." And I got a meeting, and I'm thinking, meeting in the ladies' room. Anytime I hear meeting, it's gonna be in the ladies' room. But let me see. We get over to Jamal. Jamal is singing down, and I actually kind of like the song. It was better than a lot of the things he's done. I was slightly, tapping my foot, and Cookie's over there trying to control the lights and the camera and the action and all of that. And then after Jamal sings his little portion, because we got to have the space filler, the time filler. We didn't have Tiana this week, so Jamal gave it to us. After he finishes his little portion, Lucius comes in, and he says, we're going to push the album back a couple weeks. Now, Cookie is pissed, Jamal is pissed, and, he's hired a new fella, a new PR guy, and the guy says, and it made sense. The guy says, basically, that you don't want to release your album around the same time that your father is releasing his, Club and Inferno and whatever Inferno. Is Inferno? I thought Inferno was an album at first, and now it's a club. I don't know what's going on, but, and then it's called Leviticus in Vegas, and I'm just like, God is going to strike y'all down. But whatever. Anyway, so he's saying that, you don't want to release those two things at the same time, and, all of that. And it made sense. You don't want to release two big projects at the same time from the same label, because they're going to compete with each other. And neither of them is going to get what they're due, So, that's like when your birthday is on Christmas or around Christmas and you get the same gift. You just get one gift. My mom's birthday is right around Christmas. She hates to get just the one gift. She wants to give for her birthday and for Christmas, just like everybody else, would get. So it's the same principle. But Jamal is upset, and he storms off, and Lucius sends, the new PR guy to follow him and explain, and Cookie is pissed. And then Lucius says, this kind of behavior is why you can't come to Leviticus in Vegas. And she's like, oh, I'm not allowed in my own club? I won't be able to do that. I'm going to be there. Like, her face was very clearly, I'm still coming. And I'm like, that's such a me thing. Let me see. Yeah, and he tells her, before I move on to the next thing, before I forget, that Juliana recommended this PI guy, and he's just the biggest, baddest, fella out there. And Cookie is like, Juliana recommended him. Hell no. She was like, we're not doing it. Why are we doing everything Juliana wants? What is the point here? And I'm sitting here thinking the very same. Like, let Juliana have her own show. Shoot, coming over here on Empire and ruining the functions. Give her her own TV show. But whatever. Let's see. We get over to the house, Cookie's house, where we're doing the meeting. I'm gonna get around you because you're driving too slow. We're doing the meeting, and Cookie is giving, you know, we're gonna take him down, take Juliana down, and Thirsty is like, well, we gotta kill her. And I'm like, yeah, we kind of gotta kill her. And Shine is like, she cold. I seen her pull the trigger. And Andre literally, you know, grabs him and is like, shut your freaking mouth. And, you know, Shine gets up and they start pushing each other and boxing, and then Shine leaves and he snatches the bottle out of Thirsty's hand and carries it on with him. And, you know, Cookie never did find out, you know, what they saw. And I'm like, Andre, why are you hiding this information from your mother? Your mama already knows you're trying to kill your daddy. That's the most sensitive information that you have at this point. You may as well go and tell her that Juliana shot her husband smooth in the back of his head. Just let her know. But whatever, I didn't understand why we were keeping that protected. But then Hakeem storms out. He says he don't want to be a part of this. He just wants his baby. And then Jamal leaves because he said he gonna push the album and it's all gonna be fine. I'm like, okay, I can almost see why she always calling that boy punk, because he does punk down to his daddy. Like, nigga, like all that I'm a man talk you was doing, and I'm not saying he's not a man, but you was big and bold in season 1. You had a moment where I'm a man. Don't be a man, nigga. But whatever. I just didn't like that it felt like he was bowing to his father. I didn't care for that, because, you know, Lucius got that "We Bow Down at Your Feet" song, which is literally The Boy Is Mine, and I just don't see it for that. But, where am I? Okay, so Jamal storms off, and then Andre, he's like, oh yeah, this was a great idea, trying to be a little smug, nigga. And, he leaves as well. The brothers are gone. As Marie Livingston is there, she doesn't have her hose this time, but she decides she gonna stick with it, and some other man sticks with it, and, you know, they gonna work with what they got. Let me see. We get over to Nessa. Nessa is upset because her budget is cut. She's talking to Becky, and Becky's like, look, I'm sorry, your budget is cut. And then Tiana runs in, and she's like, why does my hair make her budget cut? It's like, sis, calm down. Like, she came in just on my nerves. And it's just like, settle down and take your time. Wait for your turn. Which is basically what Nessa said. She said, take it on because my budget is cut too. And Becky is like, everybody's budget's cut, my check's cut, we all cut. We cut now. Shoot. Like, she was upset, she was annoyed. And while they doing all that fighting, before this, Thirsty had asked Cookie if there was anybody she trusted. And, you know, I automatically was like, okay, this is where the sisters come in. Posh also decided he trusted Becky. So he comes in while they doing all this my budget's cut arguing, and he's like, grasshopper, because I'm sorry, you got that impediment, and it's just, I'm sorry. I also have an impediment, and actually I speak very slowly on these videos so I won't stutter, and then I speed them up. Oh, you gonna ride my bumper? I'm gonna go slower. I'm just gonna go slower, and I'm sorry. I just hate it when niggas ride my bumper. I'm sorry. But anyway, and by sorry I mean not sorry at all. Let me get over here into this lane. This nigga that's passing me is the nigga. You can't see him, but if I could cuss today, I would. But I'm trying to be good. So he comes in and he does a little nose thing, and she apparently knows that means, you know, it's time. I don't know what time means, but whatever. Let's see. We're back at the ranch, and Granny has made dinner. We haven't had Brother Tariq over for lunch or dinner or something, and Granny cooked. And Granny's being real suspicious with these plates and switching them around, just looking crazy. And Lucius gets up, and he's trying to figure out what's going on with these plates, because you don't look sane today, Granny. And he picks up one of the plates and looks, and it's shining. And did you put glass in here? Did you put glass in here? I can't even. What's wrong with you? And she's giving, you know, whatever, Vesta's son, I don't know, Vesta is the first name that came in my mind, but it was, you know, his mama was the side hoe, and she's, you know, Vesta's son is not welcome here. And it's like, sis, you barely welcome here. What is your problem? Let Vesta's son have it. He can't help that he is these folks' child now. If you gonna fight anybody, go fight Vesta. Go on down to the home or to the grave and fight her. Why is you all upset with the baby? I don't understand. But they done called half-brother Tariq in so we can find Bella. you know, and he's giving, how did you know I was here? Or how did you know how to find me? And I'm like, you never did check that bag for tracking devices. So, I mean, he literally has you at his beck and call because he gave you a backpack full of money and a tracking device. I just know it was one in there. I just know it. But he says he gonna help find Bella only because, you know, she's an innocent baby and that is his blood. And I'm like, when did blood start mattering to you? You've been trying to take your own brother, your full half brother down for 2 whole seasons, and now blood is just important. I'm like, okay, logistically, it doesn't make sense what we've had. Maybe he felt, you know, some sort of gratitude for his brother giving him all that money and telling him to run. But I'm like, your brother is the one that called the police on you. So I just don't, whatever. And he's looking, you know, we gotta find Bella. We get over to the plan back at the Cookie estate, and we've decided that Carol's gonna be the hoe. Candace's husband is gonna be the high rolling white man, you know, who cracks all the deets and all the info, and then Becky's gonna crack the safe. And I'm just like, okay. You know, Becky's like, I can't crack no safe, and I'm like, I don't know that Becky can crack a safe either, but we gonna let her try. And basically that's where I'm gonna stop for now, and then I'll come back on my lunch. I have returned on my lunch break here, and so where we left off is Becky, let me scooch where I don't know, I'm trying to get in a good whatever. Becky is the safe cracker, they say, because she's the chill one and they need her chill energy to crack the safe or something like that. We swoop over to Tyreek and Lucius, you know, half brother Tyreek and half brother Lucius. Tyreek has brought in some man named Sam to Lucius's office with a burlap sack over his head and his hands tied together, and it looks grim for Sam. And no ma'am, they take the sack off of his head, and you know, Tyreek is no, I can't. Anyway, they take the sack off of his head, and you know, Tyreek is like, Sam, this is Lucius, this is Sam, and Lucius is giving, you know, nice to meet you. We find out that Sam forged some documents, you know, with the whole Bella situation, and you know, they can't find her because she's lost in the system because of all the paperwork. All that paperwork was Sam. So we're upset with Sam. And then Lucius shows him a picture of Bella, and he says, I've never seen that baby in my life, and even if I did, I don't dime on paying customers. That was enough to, you know, set Lucius off. So he gets to, you know, beating up on Sam. And then Sam says, you know, he was just trying to help, trying to give, you know, the baby a fighting chance so she wouldn't, you know, grow up to be a bottom feeder. That didn't go over well with Lucius and half brother Tyreek. Lucius was like, he's calling us bottom feeders. How do you feel about that, brother? And Tyreek's like, I don't like it one bit, brother. And they proceed to brotherly whoop this man. I mean, like, whoop him. They stomping him in unison. It was a lot going on. I just don't see it for this young man. So then we get back over to Cookies, and they're practicing the casino bust. And you've got, you know, Candace and her white husband over there playing, or not Candace, was it Candace and Portia? I mean, Candace's husband and Portia. He's over there playing blackjack, and Becky's practicing cracking the safe. I guess Carol didn't have to work on how to be a hoe. I guess she had it together already, because we didn't see her practicing, but they're getting it all together. Let me see. Parched, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I'm sitting out here in front of work, and we got the new young lady, and I you know, leaving her alone and all of that. I got a little anxiety about it, but she'll be fine. She will be fine. I can't talk today. But anyway, Parched is giving Becky, you know, some meditation, and you are the lock, be one with the lock. And Becky at first wasn't getting it, but then apparently she turns into the lock and she opens it, and everybody claps and hurrays. And I'm just like, I'm gonna have to see you do that several more times before I clap. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to see you do it like 7 or 8 times in succession before I'm happy with it. So then comes the time to break into the club. We get there, Cookie and her sisters walk through the front door, and you see, you know, they doing this to, you know, the young man at the door, and you see Chicken is the DJ, she's spinning on the ones and twos, and then you see, you know, the young man that was over to the house, he's behind the bar, tending bar, and then you see Becky, and she's a waitress, and I'm like, Lucius didn't see Becky waiting these tables? But okay. And then you see Portia, she's got on Nene Leak's wig, and she's one of the cocktail waitresses as well. And it was just, you know, you could see that they had infiltrated. They're everywhere. Let me see. We get up to Candace's husband. I don't know, was it Kevin or something? I don't know his name. And he's playing, and, you know, he's won a lot of money, and Candace pops up and is like, now, it looks like with this amount of money, you know, they would comp you a room, and they would, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure ain't nobody stealing out my stove. They would comp you a room, and they would, you know, offer to put your savings, your winnings in a vault. So then the man comes up and he's like, sir, we can put your savings in a vault. It's like, you fell for that? You walked right into it? I'm sorry. It's a lot going on out here. And so then, you know, he's off to look at the vaults. He wants to take a tour of the vaults. Now, where this is when we meet back up with where we were at the beginning. So he's, you know, the guy's like, we can put your stuff in a vault. Cookie is down there throwing stuff and having a fit and get off me and I can walk and all that. So the white man says, you know, your facility, I'm not sure how safe it is. You got, you know, all this riffraff. I'm going to need to take a tour of your vaults just to make sure. So then he links up with Juliana. Before I get there, we see Parched outside. He's got his little headset on, and he's in, you know, one of Lady Nika's trailer park homes. Let me tell you something. Whenever Lady Nika says she's at the trailer park, I holler. Do you hear me? She tagged me in one of the posts the other day with Kayla La Abuela at the trailer park, and I told my mama, I have been invited to the trailer park. I'm so happy to be here. I live for it. But anyway, Parched is out there, and he and Cookie are, you know, feeding sensitive information, and then Candace comes in, and they talking, and, you know, they talking to Becky, and they talking to Carol, and all of that, and white husband, I just don't know his name. Let me see. Eva Longoria is worried about the riffraff and the thuggery. She don't care for thuggeries. And Andre comes by. I don't know why this just cut off on me in the middle of my sentence, but Andre comes by and says he wants to introduce himself to Eva Longoria and tells his father, you know, well, his dad's like, you know, I just kicked your mama out of here. What are you doing here? I wasn't expecting you to be here. And he was like, I came to warn you, but I guess I'm too late. And I'm like, what did he mean by that? Did he mean he came to warn him about the infiltration, or came to warn him that she was on her way? Like, what was it? What did he mean? Anyway, they have a camera, you know, on white husband. You know, they got his earpiece, and then he's got a pen in his pocket that's a camera. So when Juliana presses the code to get into the safes, you know, the vault, he picks it up on his camera. And then Thirsty tells it to Becky. So he, you know, they all linked up via earpieces and stuff. And he's like, all right, Becky, it's 6649. You got it? She's like, I got it. And this is when Carol, you know, does her whole thing. And she walks up to the little man, and she's giving, you know, hey, you know, hey, big spender, spend a little time on me. And he's not interested. And I think me and a whole lot of other people are like, is he gay? Are we going to have to solicit Jamal's booty again? Because, you know, Jamal, he's, I don't want to call my good sis Jamal a hoe, but mama goes around. She's been around the town. But he's not receptive. He wants Becky. And what I didn't like about it was the fact that they kind of made it, like, they made it more of a big deal than it is. Like, niggas like big girls. They do. They just do. And they were like, oh, Becky? He wants Becky? I can't believe. Oh my God. Like, girl, he wants her. Anyway, so she starts flirting after saying she wasn't trained for this, and Carol is freaking out because they like, you know, if Becky is flirting with the man, who's going to crack the safe? And they like, Carol. And, I mean, Parch was like, Carol, and Cookie's like, no, that's not going to work. And he's like, listen, you the one that wanted to put together the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. This is who we have. This is what's going to happen. And, you know, Carol, she goes in there. She's trepidatious. She's nervous and trembling and, you know, shaking and all of that, and shook. And she walks in, and, you know, he's like, go to the wall safe. You know, there should be a painting behind the desk and all of that. And she goes in, you know, to Juliana's office, to the painting behind the desk, and opens it up, and, you know, she has to crack the safe. So he has to talk her through it. And they're like, she's like, all right, Thirsty, you got to talk me through cracking the safe, yada, yada, yada. And then it goes to commercial break. And when we come back, we hear, Carol, are you there? Carol? Oh no, you ain't heard from Carol, yada, yada, yada. And then, you know, the trailer park home, the trailer mobile home door opens, and Carol walks in. Now, Thursday had his gun. He was ready to, you know, he was ready to risk it. But she walks in and she's got the ledgers under her arm. And, you know, we thanking God. We just praising the Lord. And then Cookie takes this information to Eva Longoria. And while she's giving the information, Eva's like, oh my goodness, this is enough to get them sent to jail. Juliana's going away, yada, yada, yada. But she didn't seem convincing. So while she's doing that, Lucius comes in with a blue suit and some brown shoes and a brown bag. And this brown bag has $500,000 in it, and he hands it over to Eva. And Cookie's like, I didn't expect you Mormons to take payoffs. And Eva again is like, you guys with the stereotypes, you people. And it just didn't have to be done. And after Cookie and Lucius leave, you know, Lucius is like, come on, Cookie, let's just go. And I'm like, how you gonna escort her out of here after you thwarted her plan? The nerve. But he escorts her out. And then Andre comes out of the bushes and they start making out. And I'm like, that's how I'm looking. Just, I'm not sure. I like him better with Juliana, but, you know, personal preference. Let me see. Tariq is over there. He has found Bella. You know, he located her. He saw the nanny walking with her and buzzing into the Dubois home. So, wait a minute. Yeah, that happened. Jamal also said he's going to join Lucius in Vegas for that little situation. And Cookie's upset. And they're, ma'am, please. They are going off on Cookie and reading her for filth. And Lucius actually, like, comes to her aid. And it's like, lay off your mama. She's having a hard time right now. So I thought that was suspicious but cute. And then Tariq finds Bella. Sees her being, you know, the nanny buzzing them into the Dubois house. And I'm like, is this the same? This looked like the same house they lived in on the Cosby Show. It's the same house. And whatever. Cookie, you know, says she's going to just give up. Basically on, you know, she's just tired. She's tired of all the foolery and she's through. You know, as far as Lucius and all of that. And I'm sorry, I'd be thrown when people come up and they walking real close to my car. I don't care for it. But she says she's gonna give up, you know, trying to thwart the plans. And Andre's like, you gonna give up that easily? Just no, that's not the plan. And she's like, do you have a better idea? And he says, well, yeah, me and Eva Longoria have gotten really close lately, and you know, we've had our own private meetings. And I said, Andre, that's your mama. And Cookie said, Andre, I'm your mama. But then instead of, you know, being disgusted like I was, she was like, I want the full details. And I'm like, I don't. I'm not interested. And he goes into, you know, Charlotte doesn't like thugs. And so Cookie says she's bringing Tupac and Biggie times 10. And I was like, that's a lot of thuggery. It's going to be a lot going on. So my nose is glistening in the moonlight, the sunlight, whatever light this is. And yeah. So then this is when the big drama happens. We tiptoe on back over to the ranch, Lucius's chateau. And Tariq comes in. He's like, yeah, brother, I found Bella. All of this. And Lucius like, all right, well, let's talk about it over a drink. He gets up to get a drink. And Tariq is about to say, you know, Bella is. And as he's saying Bella is, Granny pops up just smooth up out of just hell and stabs this man in his aorta, not his aorta, Lord, his jugular, which is not balls like Tamar Braxton thought it was. Stabs this man smooth in the neck. And I said, oh, Jesus. It shook me. I was like, all my Wednesday night shows, the girls are getting stabbed in the neck. Uncle Mac over on Greenleaf done got stabbed. We don't know if he gonna make it. I feel like it's bugs. I just feel like it's bugs. We don't know if he gonna make it, but Tariq didn't look like he came through that. Looked like we saw the light leave his eyes. And I said, Jesus, Granny, he was just getting ready to locate this baby. The nerve. So that's what happened on Empire. There was a lot going on. Just a whole lot. I wasn't expecting Granny to pop up smooth out the blue like that, but she did. And, let me go in here. They crowding in on my girl. This ain't even been a full lunch, but whatever. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all the things the YouTubers say. All my information is down below. Matea's GoFundMe is down below. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.